What's up, guys? Welcome back. We're gonna get the wiring harness done today. Super stoked on that. Made a lot of good progress on it in the last video. Make sure you go check that video out. We are just about wrapped up on this wiring harness. I have about 10 wires left to solder, so I'm gonna get that done today, get the harness wrapped up and start getting the layout done on it, figure out how I want to get it set in the glove box, and how I'm gonna actually inlay it, because it's not just gonna be sitting inside the glove box. I'm gonna get a little cutout in the glove box and it's gonna pop in. So I'm gonna start getting that figured out, but today, it's grind. We're gonna chip away at it. As you can see, I have my FabBot adapter plate. I got some loom, got my wiring. I got a bunch of stuff that I can start finally getting together and start making progress, get it ready for this express motor, which that is going to probably be the next video. I might go pick it up on Monday. If not, I know I'm going to the auction on Monday and we're gonna pick it up sometime this week, and that's going to be a whole video of its own, just getting the motor out of it. So without further ado, man, let's jump in and get this work done. Okay guys, so I am actually making mistakes today. I am beat from last night. I'm distracted. I got Samantha over here, fucking over here telling me what to do. But so I keep messing up and I keep forgetting to put the heat shrink on the tubing. I've done it twice now and I'm not happy about it. So I'm actually going to go through and I'm going to take a little more time, and I'm actually going to slow the video down so that you can watch what I'm doing as far as actually back testing my leads and making sure that I have the correct wires now that I'm getting down to the last few. So it'll be a good opportunity to show you guys. And yeah, let's get back to it. So I was editing my videos last night and so my SD card ended up corrupting itself. I lost a good portion of footage. I lost, some overhead of me soldering my harness back together and all of that. So I'm gonna put what I have left, in here, try and make a video. But I did have an entire walkthrough on the soldering process. I had me actually I had a second vantage point of me installing the harness in the car. But I'll touch back on that when I get back up to the shop today, and I'll show you guys how far I got, because the harness is actually in the car. But here it is. this is the whole length of the harness. This is everything. This stuff has to go back up to the front. This doesn't. Actually, all of this stuff has to come back up to the front. That has to go to the front. This has to go to the front. This is a chassis ground, and these are AC plugs. So, yeah, I mean, this is how much we thinned out. And all of this is going to the front and is probably going to either get shortened or in some places extended in the other. But there it is. Now let's put it in the car. So, since I basically lost all of the footage of me actually putting in the harness have going on, so this is all the new harness. This is just gonna run through here because this is where the gauge cluster is going to sit, and then after that there's pretty much nothing there. But I do have my fuse boxes and junction boxes all mounted. See, I ran the harness over here on the dashboard, or the actual dash bar itself. This is temporary because I'm going to be hooking up the heater core and everything. I haven't figured out if I'm going to go with an aftermarket unit, but we'll figure that out down the road. This is all just to get the car started and running. So I have it all routed over this way. I did take out the heater core and the blower box. I'm not going to deal with those just yet. I want to get the car, you know, up and running, you know, go through the shakedown phase before I start adding AC and stuff like that. So it's not a huge concern. You know, we're coming into, it's November, the end of November, so we're still in the 70s, but it's going to start cooling off a little bit, and I'm not in a huge hurry, so that I'm not too concerned. The whole concept that I'm going for is that this is going to mount somewhere in here, in this area, with all of this. You know, I have these power wires. I am relocating, so the battery is going to actually have the cable that runs under the carpet and inside. I do have sheathing and everything for that. Let's see. I have the wiring for the actual battery cables. As you can see, these are pretty nice. They're quick disconnect, so you know, I'm actually stoked on those. I got my power and my ground, and then you probably just saw it, but I have the loom here, and then so for my main power wires, I'm gonna run that one odd wire up here. It's gonna go into here, and then I have constant 12-volt distribution to 3 different ports with this. So that's kind of nice that I kind of put some thought into that. And I also have my 150 amp inline fuse. I went with 150 amp over 100 amp just to be a little bit safer. I know it's pretty high. Probably not as high as most people would recommend, but this is just your general 150 amp. As you can see, or maybe you can't. It's just 150 amp. I can't remember if I got this on Amazon or eBay, but so as far as the battery goes, I didn't want to go with something huge. I kind of looked around for battery boxes and what I wanted to do, and nothing really just stood out to me. But I did finally pull the trigger on something. This is a ICT Optima battery tray. So what it is basically the Optima sits in there, and then this clamps it down with these prongs, and there's one for each side. these holes are made for bolts to bolt into the chassis, and what I am going to do is, I haven't even figured out an exact mounting point for it, but I think it's going to end up somewhere in this corner of the trunk, and I am going to be using riv nuts or nut certs, if you will. That way I can have it securely mounted to the actual chassis itself. I might just nut and bolt it with some washers, but I don't know. I think nut certs would be just a lot easier and a lot more clean. To have the mounting hardware that it came with, so we're getting there. I'm not too worried about the front wiring to the lights and everything. I will address all of that once the engine is in the car and the car is actually running. With that being said, I mean, I'm trying. The next video is probably going to be the van. I'm going down there tomorrow to take a look at it, so I'll probably shoot some footage of it, you know, first time driving it, so that we can get an idea of how bad it is. I am contemplating on keeping the 4L60E around, just because, you know, not that hard to swap out the transmission, and it is a 4L60E, so we'll see. You know, I'm beat, so I'm going home. We have the dashboard coming up as well. I am ordering the flocking kit for it. So once I get the flocking kit in, I will start tearing apart the dashboard, as far as, you know, sanding it down and actually getting it worked, all the cracks filled, and getting it flocked. There's going to be a lot more interior panel repair. Obviously, you know, my door panels are doing that thing that every S14 does, and you know, we're going to address all the little issues. So, you know, if you're enjoying the videos, definitely comment, let me know what I can do better. Drop a like, definitely subscribe, and we're going to get it done.